Hey everyone, good morning. So today I want to talk about a topic that I've talked about before, but I feel like it's really important that I want to talk about it again, obviously. And also it comes in a very timely manner because today's the second day of the email list webinar launch, okay, because there's 3 days to the launch. Tomorrow's the last day. I think this is perfect timing, and I wanted to find out, and of course as people join in I'll ask the question again, but I want to find out how many of you are proactive in your business, or how many of you are reactive in your business. And just for the record, if you don't know the difference, I'll go over it in a second, and it's okay if you don't know the difference. And I want to put it in context, obviously, to what that means. Good morning. Good morning. So, yesterday, I feel all awake right now, right? But throughout the day, I'm getting really fatigued and tired. So I have not been working full days recently. I think it's the weather, and it's affecting me really badly. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Pamela, for being honest right off the bat. First of all, I love your honesty because, well, don't we all appreciate honesty? But because it's okay. We're in a safe place. I'm not here to yell at you, even though I will have some words with you, but only to help you, right? So I'm really appreciative that you're very honest with it. Now, obviously, we could be a mixture of proactive and reactive. We could do some things that are proactive for our business and then some things that are reactive. If you're out there and you're a mix, go ahead and tell me. Say, you know what? I'm a mix, and this is what I'm mixed with, okay? Good morning, Kate, or afternoon. You're right. Okay? So, again, we'll be talking about just a second as people start to roll in. My coffee doesn't taste right this morning. It's too strong. Anyway, so here's the thing. Let me give you an example of proactive versus reactive, okay? Proactive is when you, and this is an example of business. Good morning. When you are doing things to take care of your business before the storm, okay? So let me give you a better example. Now, and this is very, very timely, obviously, because the email list webinar launch. I have started an email list way back in the day. I'm going to say, one second, what's today's date? Oh, I would have to look at my stats to see when I first started my email list, but I could say probably around 2 years ago. It was very, very slow, obviously, when I started it, because I was like, what am I doing? But I was proactive then, doing something like this, because I was told, right, a little birdie just told me, some guy in a dark suit told me, that you start an email list, it's good, whatever. So I did it because I understood why these people wanted me to, and they wanted me to so then I could control my own traffic, so I have control over something, because other things I don't have control over. And so I started and I was proactive. If you wait for, SEO or algorithm to change and then you have low views and you're not sure what to do or you're panicking, then you might be reactive. Obviously, if views are affected across the board, it's obviously affecting me too. Does that mean I'm reactive? Not necessarily. I'm actually pretty calm during these times. I do obviously see a decrease or whatever. I obviously see it. But guess what's happening as well? My .com is getting sales. Example, yesterday, I'll show you just in case you guys don't believe me. Not that you wouldn't, but speaking is one thing, but showing is another. Just yesterday, I had, what did I have in sales? I want to say 140. Let me double check. 140. I mean, listen, it's not, $1 million a day. It's not, but it's something, and I consistently get sales often. One second. Where's my reports? There it is. Sorry. Where is the custom date? What is yesterday? I'm like losing my mind. Yesterday was the 22nd. Why isn't it loading? Okay, there it is. It was 153. Let me show you, just so you see what I'm talking about. So I put the custom date, the 22nd to the 22nd, and my gross sales were 153. I'm showing you because, again, I don't panic when certain things happen because I have backup plans. I was proactive. I built my website. That's another way to be proactive. I obviously not just built it, but I thought of ways to drive traffic to it. I was proactive way before any storm hit. So who out here, and be honest, you know, and there's 29 people on the call, 30 people on the call, so be honest. Who out here, when it comes to business, when it comes to traffic, and all the things that really affect us, who out here is reactive? Who out here waits for things to happen that's bad, and then you start scurrying around wondering what to do about it, or you come to me for help? Believe me. I know there's people out there like this because I get a lot of those people that come to me and go, oh my God, my sales have dramatically decreased. Please help me. And I'm like, did you have to wait until it was bad? You know? Sherilyn, yes, that is the sales for my Modern Pink Paper site. Yes, that is. Wow, I'm lucky if I get one a day. Most of mine are repeat buyers. So, at the end of the day, you have to think about if you're proactive and reactive. Are you sitting there waiting? Are you waiting around for something bad to happen? Not that you want to, but are you waiting for something bad to happen in order to act on things? Now, the proactive lifestyle, which is what I lead, okay, can be stressful, right? Because you're always looking at the new thing. But even if you had half of what I do or whatever, then you may be better off. And it's timely that we're talking about this because, well, so first of all, the email list webinar launched in the beginning of February. Did fantastic, right? A nice number of people, as I suspected, purchased it to take the email list more seriously. Love that. Yesterday was the official launch day. Fantastic. Okay, so a lot of people are, well, depending on their situation, I don't know if they're being proactive or reactive, but a lot of people understand the importance. Even if you can't afford it, I did a mini free training yesterday in a Facebook Live to help you get started. So who out here, there's 36 people on the call, and I expect 36 people to respond unless you're driving. Who out here that is listening to this call, okay, is going to tell me that they're not starting an email list? That then they have not or do not want to. If you don't want to or have not or have some reason why you did not or have no interest in it, just say down below. I need to know why, because there obviously might be other reasons I don't know about, but I feel like the excuse is a very reactive excuse. Like you'll deal with it when that time comes, when things are bad. By that time, it might be very hard. Guys, people come to me when they're about to people come to me sometimes when they are so desperate, when they imagine they've been making money for their family and all of a sudden they're not making that much money anymore and it's really stressful, right? Imagine I couldn't support my family anymore. I'll be very desperate, right? I hate when people come to me that way because there's a lot of pressure on me, a lot of pressure on them. They can't obviously do things, within a week. You know what I'm saying? So just think about, you don't want to wait till times are rough. Even if you don't, I highly recommend the webinar, obviously, but even if you don't buy the training, I need you to start one. If you are out there and you know you are reactive, you have a problem. And I know you're like, oh my God, is she yelling at me? I am. But sometimes I need to be straightforward with all of you, and because not only am I your business coach, I'm here to help. I'm here to genuinely help you. And I see often that I try to help people and they don't take the advice, and then I see them later on still trying to do things. I'm like, what's going on here? I missed some comments. Let me go back and read. Sue says, I'm not proactive enough with my seasonal marketing. Poor planning. I talk about planning often. I know on my Facebook Lives, if you want to rewatch some Facebook Lives, they may help as well. Sherilyn, that's fab. I'm not doing well currently. I'm struggling with day-to-day life at the moment with a lack of space in my home. It's making it hard for me to be motivated myself to get going. Ah, you need motivation. Oops. Okay. So it's funny because I'll tell you a quick story. Yesterday, well, no, let me be honest with you. If I'm gonna be honest with you, past few days, it's been like I've been taking like a fourth of a day. You know, like I've been working a fourth of a day instead of like a half day. I am doing the bare minimum I have to. I don't feel well. I think I feel congested. I feel tired. Like right now, my face is congested. Not congested, like cloudy. I'm sure that's allergies, right? Can somebody tell me? Is that allergies? I have no idea. I did not grow up with allergies. I lived in New York. I come here after several years, and now I have this stuff going on, and I don't know what the hell's going on. So, anyway, I've been feeling really down the past few days, and I've been doing literally nothing. And I thought to myself, damn, I have to work. How can I motivate myself? And I said to myself, wait, if I'm not feeling good, then I don't need to motivate myself. I'll just start to feel better, and then I'll get back to work. I know my work ethic. But if I'm often not motivated, yes, you have to find something that motivates you. Okay? Let me read some other ones. Tara, I have not, but it's on my to-do list. Tara, don't let it be on your to-do list for long. Okay? Only you know your intent. I don't know your intent, right? So, and first of all, I also don't want people to buy my webinar and have dreams about using it. It's about plans, right? If you can't use it today, you can't use it tomorrow because you're literally in the middle of something really big, you know, sale or whatever, then that's fine. But have you wrote down that in March 15th, you're going to start watching it? Like, what is the plan? Okay. Louis says, I am starting. Perfect. Head hanging low. It's not at the top of my priority list. What? Now, depending on what's on Nicole's list, that may be acceptable. I'm not going to lie. What if she says, Dahlia, I have to work on SEO and adding new products. I literally only have 3 products in my store. Then yeah, I get it, right? That completely makes sense. You know, I'm not telling people to start out the email list the second they open a business. Obviously, it's about priorities. But I'm wondering, Nicole, what's on your priority list? Let me help you. Let me help you decide. Are you focusing on the right things? And yeah, I'm going to decide for you because I know a lot. I know what works and what doesn't. I started one, but haven't really worked at it lately. Well, at least you started one. Good job. But it's a slow process sometimes, and that's okay. When you work on it, all I want you to do is figure out techniques. Not figure out, obviously you get it from the webinar, but techniques to really help and grow your list. That's the first step. Okay? Hey Maggie, I have mine in place and it's gaining momentum. Need to work through the webinar to start emailing my list. Yes. Hey Laura, I'm interested in mailing lists, but my sales have been practically non-existent these days, so I feel like I have to work on my SEO and listening before I start doing one. I understand what you're saying. If you feel like your SEO is not, like if you know your SEO is not great, right? That's an issue you have to overcome first. That I understand. It's never too early or late to start an email list, regardless if you buy a webinar or not. You can just start one and just kind of do the bare minimum. At least you're like getting your feet wet, right? Because really yesterday we did it together. We set up a list, we did this, we did that, and it's really not that much time to set it up. The effort to grow the list is a little bit more, yes. But yes, I agree with you. Some priorities will be more important than starting an email list, depending on what you have in your shop going on. But let's say if you still started one today, it doesn't take that much effort to start one. And a year from now, right, you're going to wish you started sooner. Okay? Kristen, I'm a bit of both, proactive and reactive. I have an email list and send them out weekly. Cool. Yeah. I will say, based on what I already know about myself and what I can think of immediately, that I'm mostly proactive, which is awesome. I think to myself, is there anything that I'm really reactive about? Not necessarily that I could think about. So, well, first of all, which is awesome. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm sure there are things I just can't think of the important things right now and go run through them in the list. But you certainly don't want to be the reactive person in a business. In fact, I will say this, and I mean it. If this is a business that you are growing, that you're serious about, like serious, like you have a registered business, use it to support your family, use it to support something, right? Like me, like, you know, I have something, you know, this business is important to me. Then if you find So if you're that person and you are reactive in any way in your business, red flag. Red flag. I'll tell you that. And you can hang your head low, right now. You don't have to even tell me who you are, but I want you to know it's a red flag. And I want you to know that I don't want to have to tell you later on, I told you so, and then you come to me later on, right, trying to figure out what's the plan. Figure out the plan now, because I'm telling you there has to be a plan, okay? Laura, oops, taking on one. Yeah, I know what you meant. Melissa, yes, I'm an allergy girl. Oh, sorry, I'm really, really late on reading the comments, so you have to go through this. Yeah, it sucks. Am I supposed to feel drowsy and tired? Is that what allergy people feel? Is that even a phrase, allergy people? I only started allergies after kids' pregnancy. Maybe that might be my case. I don't know, but it's not fun. Hey, good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Erica. I'm finishing up my .com to launch, but starting next week, I'm going to fully involve myself in getting the email list going for sure. Awesome. Okay, Susan. Yes, Susan. I remembered I talked to you about your email list because you had, and I talked about it yesterday, you had a sign-up opt-in that nobody wanted to sign up for. Nobody wants to sign up for, a newsletter. More importantly, just for the record, and I mentioned this in the FAQ videos in my email list webinar, what if you have a problem like Susan that goes, hey, I set up the email list, but nobody's signing up? There's obviously bigger issues when nobody's signing up. There could be a few issues regarding your opt-in and your graphic that you use, but also if you don't have a lot of traffic, you can't get people to sign up. So imagine you tell me your shop only has 30 views a day, for example. Sorry, my eyes. Or even 100 views a day. Okay? That's not bad, but you have to understand that not everybody's going to see your graphic, okay, or your opt-in message or whatever. So just understand that sometimes it's because you don't have a lot of traffic to your shop or to the place where you're asking for signups. Okay? I've decided, okay, Lily's honest. I've decided not to start an email list, but I did take your advice on planning. Okay, cool. You're taking steps, right? I can already see results with my shop views. I do a lot more now. Awesome. Okay, good morning. Okay, good morning. So, just understand, Susan, that if you don't have a lot of views to your shop, the growth of your email list is obviously going to be slower, right? If you literally had nobody come to your shop and you started an email list, I don't have a magic wand. Like, you have to understand that people will join it if they see your opt-in message, So when somebody said that they're working on their SEO and they're working on things like that, that I understand, because you need the traffic, you need people to actually be interested in your shop before you start an email list. Now, I talked to you about proactive versus reactive, right? Very, very important. A lot of people told me the honest truth about whether proactive or reactive. Thank you for being honest with not just me, but the other members in this group. Let me say this without being mean, okay? You guys know I'm not mean. Well, sometimes I am, but for the good reason. Let me just say this. If you're reactive, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for SEO algorithm to change. It already has, right? It's slowly changing. Are you waiting for Etsy to shut your shop down over a reason that's stupid? Which, by the way, does happen. Okay? Are you waiting for Amazon to put you on probation because you did not ship stuff on time because you were sick that week? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for these bad things to happen, right, before you start to actually react to them? That's reactive, right? Or are you going to be proactive with these things, okay? I highly recommend starting emails. I highly recommend, obviously, the webinar to help you with your journey. That is why I came out with the email list webinar, mostly because it has done so much for my business. I think most people don't understand how much it's done for my business. And again, you see me now. You see me as successful, Dahlia. You did not see me back in the day when I was starting my email list. So just understand, it is a journey you have to go through. Even if you started a slow journey, even if you start today and you're not ready, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if you open the MailChimp, get your list together, and at least you did something to move in the right direction. At least you got your feet wet, right? At least you put it up in your shop banner, even if you only have one person that signs up every week. For example, okay? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody knows that your email list is a loser right now. As long as you get your feet wet, that's what I want. I'm scared that people are gonna talk all this hype and get excited over email lists, and then all of a sudden when it comes time, they're not doing anything about it. Okay, that's why I said even just start. Who cares? Just like do it. You know, if you put on your to-do list for next week, right? That you will just start it. You will just get in there, start one. You know, think of an opt-in, maybe put it in your banner. Who's that gonna hurt? Nobody. Who cares if you don't have 1 million people coming to your shop right now? It's not gonna hurt anything. What it will help you is that it'll move you in a step in the right direction. Okay? Oh, I just missed a comment. Okay, I'm reactive right now. I've always been proactive. I just had no idea how Etsy would take off. I don't want added stress of emails now. Good point, Anne. Right? Because emails is another added thing we have to do. But I find that, and maybe it's not for Anne, maybe for other people, but I find that, and believe me, I've done a lot of shop critiques, so I know what people's day consists of. People are posting on Facebook, Instagram, all this crap. And I'm not saying those platforms are crap. What I'm saying is that they're not even doing it consistently. They tell me, oh, I'm posting here and there, but I'm not doing it consistently. Why are you wasting your time when you could use your time more effectively, right, efficiently, in an email list? So yes, if you absolutely have no time because you work full-time, take care of kids, blah, 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 and then you have only 3 hours left in a day to eat, sleep, and work on your shop, then yeah, maybe I get that, right? But think about it like this. The added stress of an email list may feel like stress now, but in the future, you'll thank me for it. I know you will. Yesterday, a member named Jen, she, and I'll talk more about this in the last day tomorrow of the launch, she sells wedding invitations, and she was very hesitant when I pushed her. I pushed her way before the emails webinar came out. I pushed her during her shop critique and a few other times. I said, you need to start an email list. And she's like, to be honest with you, I don't get why. Like, I sell to brides. Like, I don't get why. And I gave her reasons why, which again, I'll go over tomorrow, okay, as to why this will help her. She mentioned yesterday in the comments, I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but she has emailed her list a couple times already. Yes, last week she emailed her list, okay, and she, remember, she sells wedding invitations, and she got, was it 6 brides to place a deposit. So if you don't know how the wedding invitations industry works, people buy samples and then they can place a deposit to start working on their invitation suite. She has 6 brides from that one email. I believe it was 6 or 5. I'm going to say 6. I think it was 6 to place a deposit from that one email. And by the way, if you're in the wedding industry, you know how much money that is, okay, when they're buying a whole suite of invitations. Okay, so she is in love with this idea now. Okay, she honestly believes now that, okay, email lists are worth it, but if you are, as far as wasting time, if you're putting your focus on IG or Facebook or something like that, but it's not, your heart's not fully into it, and you're not consistent, you're not blah, 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 then I have news for you. You're already wasting your time. More importantly, depending on what platform you are, depending on what kind of business you are, it may be more effective to start an email list. It's just people tend not to because it's not as cool as social media. It's not. But don't let that fool you guys. Don't let that fool you. Every time I send out an email, I make a lot of money. Okay? So just for the record. Where is the other comments? Okay. I feel like I'm more reactive as my order volume dictates the bulk of my time. That I understand. Maggie, my reactive moments are usually because of lack of time. It's hard balancing day-to-day job with my business. Yes, I understand that. My goal is paying down debt to be able to quit my day job. Eyes on the prize, though. I feel like and by the way, guys, and I think you guys know this already based on my blog post, last year, and I think I made more, but I can't track certain revenue because it could have came from anywhere, but I know for certain I've made, oh, who's that? I made at least 83,000, what the hell? It keeps it on the side of my eye. Anyway, I at least made $83,000 in 2016 from my email list. And I know this year's going to be much more because last year I was very inconsistent with my email list. So I did send out email, I did well with it, but I was inconsistent in my sending out emails. And because of that, if you think about it, without my email list, I probably would have not made as close to that much. And you guys know I paid off my house in the beginning of this year and my car. I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. Actually, I know I wouldn't have been able to do that without my email list. And I'm not saying that I could promise you the same. What I'm saying is that it helped create additional income for me, you know? So anyway, oh, hi Erica. I feel like I start proactive on many list things, then things pop up that need immediate attention. Working on my business gets put back in the back burner. I have to fight to get work done on a bigger goal from working on my business. Trina says, I have a list started. Cool. Need to increase my sale offer and delete newsletter reference. Right? Don't use the word newsletter, guys. Nobody wants your newsletter. What is it? What is a newsletter? It's updates. Make it sound cooler. It just, newsletter. It feels like an old newspaper. You know, when I was younger, when I was old enough to get a job, way back in the day, like when I was 16, 17, I remember me and my sister would look through the newspaper for jobs. That's what we did. I mean, I'm not that old, but that's what we did. Now, I don't think you really do that. I think you go online. But it's funny, I saw my husband the other day, I'm like, that's what we did to find a job. Anyway, I just thought about that when we said newsletter. Okay, Stacy. Hi, Stacy. I'm focusing on IG. Facebook occasionally, but I've got to go with one to be consistent. Yes. Either way, whether you're an IG, an email list, blah, blah, I do love email lists because for me, they convert higher. I do love email lists because, and I'll provide this for you guys tomorrow in the last day of the launch. I love email lists because when you post on IG and Facebook, you know, I love them, but when you post on them, like only a certain percentage see your posts. But when you email your list, around 20 to 40% of the people on your list see your email. That's amazing. Actually, probably more do, but 20 to 40% actually open your email. That's way more than social media. I'm putting my effort in email lists because of that reason. Okay? That's why I'm focusing on it. But at least Stacy knows, okay, I'm only going to focus on one platform because I don't have time. Okay? I ship from emails. You mean I shop from emails? Yeah, you said I shop from emails. I receive all the time. Way too often. I should probably unsubscribe to some lists. You know, some people have their feelings about email lists. They might say, well, I don't even shop through email lists, so why would people buy from me or whatever. Don't put your assumptions on what's going on with email lists. Don't. Because I will tell you this, unless you don't believe me, you think I'm a liar, okay, which I doubt you guys do, I actually make money from my email list. And I sell paper products, okay? I sell paper products for the love of God, right? I sell paper products and I sell personalized stationery, and that's what I mostly sell through my email list. People do sometimes buy my invites, blah, 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 repeat customers, but it's mostly the personalized stationery that I get repeat customers for. So you have to think about it like this. If I could do it, and I could get people to open up their email and buy personalized stationery, I say it like I'm making fun of my own brand, but I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying, like, it's not a high in demand product in the world. It's a personalized stationery, but if I could do it, you absolutely can. So don't put your personal beliefs on an email list. You put your personal beliefs. If I put my personal beliefs, I would not be selling stationery at this moment. Okay. Sue, how about saying VIP list instead of newsletter? Yes, tell them what they're going to receive though. If you want to send them a newsletter, tell them you're going to receive updates about new releases and things like that. But I love VIP lists. It sounds so fancy, you know? Okay, Anne says, how many signups do you generate from your Etsy shop, and what is their reward for doing that? Do you offer an immediate discount for that order or for the next order on your .com? Great question, Anne. So that's a real simple question to answer. First of all, if they sign up, they get an immediate discount. If you look at my Etsy shop, you'll see that they get 15% off if they sign up. And it's for Etsy. It's a coupon code for Etsy. Then, after Sally signs up and she gets a coupon code for Etsy, obviously I'm free to email her anytime I want now that she's, signed up. Then I start directing them to my .com. Okay? I don't share my list size and the growth of my list size with people because it's still a work in, what is the phrase? a work in progress, right? I'm always learning. I'm always doing things to, completely grow. But right now, I don't share it. However, and actually, I don't even have it up right now. I don't even know what I get for my subscribes, but I know I get daily. I know I get subscribes. People subscribe to my list daily. I know that. From my .com, from Etsy, so it's not just Etsy. Am I missing something? Okay. Melissa, your advice is golden, Dahlia. Thank you. I've read many Marketing Pro reports for a few years now and about how important email lists are, but it wasn't until you launched a training that I look at this seriously. Thank you. You are welcome. It's important. It's important to me as your coach, because a lot of you guys watch me, respect me, that I make it very clear how important they are. Again, regardless if you buy my training or not, obviously you could tell it's not just about the money for me, that I still push you to start an email list, okay? That's why I provided the little mini free training yesterday, and that's why I said, go ahead and ask questions. I would love to help you, regardless. Obviously, the email list training will blow your mind. And let me talk about that for a little bit, because obviously you could tell that it's not just about selling the email list webinar to me. It's really helping you understand the importance of an email list, period. But I also got to talk about what the curriculum includes. Where's the curriculum? That's not it. Let me talk about what it includes for those of you who are interested in it, because today's the second day of the launch. Tomorrow's the last day of the launch. You can still get it after tomorrow. It's not a big deal, but you lose out on getting the bonus course called the Done For You Templates and Graphics. Meaning, in the course, I walk you through how to start an email list. I walk you through how to build one, which is a huge section. Then I walk you through another huge section, which is email marketing, which is pretty much what do you email your clients and how you email them and all this stuff, right? I literally give you everything you need to get that going. But then I said to myself, how can I make it even better? What would stop Sally from actually start emailing her clients? Well, she needs things done for her already. That's why I created graphics already, and obviously you have to change it to your percentage off or things like that, your company name, things like that. But I've created these graphics and these templates ready for you so you can start. Templates for subject lines, you can literally just take it, put it in there. Graphics for your emails. I include instructional video as well. I included a template for the actual email you're sending. So I did everything for you, really, as much as I can in this email list training. All you have to do is change what your message is and your company name and basic things like that, just to get you started. Obviously, these are just to get you started. In the future, I want you to do your own thing and test and, etc. But let me pull it up really quick. Hey, Bethany, can you make a one-time use coupon on Etsy? Stop people from sign up over more than once? No, you can't. But I find that I don't particularly have a problem with people purchasing it more than once. If you have your own .com, you can. That's what I do for my .com. You only need to use it once. But at the end of the day, Bethany, here's my take. I tell people that the Etsy coupon is a one-time use, right? I say it. It's a one-time use coupon. Make sure you fill up your cart with everything that you need. And that usually, actually, I've never had anybody reuse it. That usually stops people from using it. However, if they reuse it, who cares? It's a sale. It could have been the next person that uses it. That's what I see it as. I'm not going to stop them. What am I going to say, All right, how do you send a coupon code for your first order and then able them to just use the one? You can't make them only use it once. They could probably use it more if they figure it out, especially if it's another Etsy seller, they probably know. And I'm not sure what your question is, your first question. I'm not sure if I understand it. How do you send a coupon code for your first order? You mean after they sign up? And there's two different ways to do it. If you have the free version of MailChimp or the paid for version, but the free version, which I could assume a lot of users are starting out with, when you go to your sign up form, there's a drop down menu that you could click on, and you would click welcome email. Click on that and then change that welcome email. That's where you put the code. And again, guys, as I'm going through all these questions and answers and all these different techniques, obviously, if you need more help with this and you need your hand held and guided and not just guided, but fully, dive deep into this stuff, I know that webinar is right for you. I know you absolutely love the webinar, Okay, so Amy says, do you have 2 separate lists, one for Etsy, one for .com? Yes, I do. In fact, I have more than 2 lists. Because I want to know where traffic is coming from. And then my welcome message to them is different. When you sign up for my .com, you have a coupon for my .com. If you sign up for Etsy, you have a coupon for my Etsy. You know what I'm saying? So, and actually I go over that in the webinar. There's a section about using different lists and the benefit of using different lists, okay? Erica, you could maybe make the coupon only valid for a few months before you change the sign up coupon to a new code. That's a good way to do it. Okay, let me go over the course curriculum. So just in case people want to know, what am I offering in this course, okay? Because again, tomorrow's the last day of the launch. You can still get it after tomorrow. Let's say, for example, you can get it on Saturday, but you'll be missing out on the bonus template package that shows you, that gives you email templates, that give you button templates. You know, you have buttons inside your email. That give you email graphics, opt-in graphics, many opt-in graphics for any place that you want to put them. Email graphics, many different ones depending on what type of email you're sending. And of course, subject lines. I really created things that are just ready for you. Okay? Oh, Bethany, thanks. That's a good way to look at it. My prices are really high anyhow. Don't say that. It's probably not really high. It's probably just right for your business, you know? But yes, it technically won't matter if you have a few people sneak the code again. Who cares? Jen says, I offer 25% for the first order, but I can't figure out how to make it only usable for their first order. You can't. Unless you have your own .com. But like Erica said earlier, you could have it, you could have, let's say if Sally uses her code tomorrow, or I mean, it's very hard to control because some people sign up and they won't use the code the same day. They use it in a couple of days. But yes, you could technically cancel out codes and then do new ones for the new round of people, for example. Okay? So let me go over what is in this email list webinar. Okay? And you can obviously click the link above to take a look at it yourself. It is really, really jam-packed. Okay? Not to overwhelm you, but I've broken it down into sections that help guide you through each part of the email list process. You know, obviously you could do email list building on your own, and obviously, like I said, I gave you tips yesterday, but this is really thorough, meaning there'll be no ifs, ands, or buts, meaning, you know, obviously you also get private access to a Facebook group, so you can always have questions after the fact, but this is broken down to help answer all the questions you have to really help make your list building and marketing journey the most efficient, right? Because you want to make money from this. So the first part is really simple. It's what does an email list and how does it work, right? And the second part of that first part is why you need an email list for a long-term marketing plan. I'll be going over that tomorrow, FYI, okay? Tomorrow, by the way, last day of launch, I'm going over the benefits of an email list. I'm going over which types of businesses really benefit from an email list and why. We're going to talk about wedding industry. We're going to talk about all these different things, okay? So I have a getting started area, which is which email service you should use and why and how to set up the account. That's easy stuff, right? However, now become the big sections. Growing your email list, okay, is the first section. I talk about what is an opt-in offer and how to use it to grow your list, okay? That's really important, okay? Because if you have a sucky opt-in offer, then nobody's signing up for your list and everything will be for no reason, okay? Then I give you 6 effective strategies for an opt-in offer. So while I use 15% off for mine, there's different strategies for an opt-in offer that you could use depending on your business, depending on a lot of things. So I go over them, give you examples, etc. Then I teach you how to design your opt-in page and how to design an opt-in graphic. That's really simple, really cool, easy. The next one is what we just talked about, different lists for different opt-ins. I go over how to create different lists and the benefit of creating different lists for, let's say somebody asked me, do you have a different list for Etsy sign up and .com? Yes, I do, and a very good reason why. I go over through the benefits of that and how to use it to your advantage. Okay, then I talk about thank you pages, okay, and how to create one. Then I talk about now the list building strategies, which is 5 ways to get people on your list and then 17 additional ways to get people on your list. The 5 ways are simple. You should start with that, okay? Then when you kind of get that out of the way and master it and everything's good, then you could go ahead and get your feet wet in the 17 additional ways. Now, are there more ways? Absolutely. There's probably a million ways. But these are the best ways for our type of business, okay? I have some bonuses in that section, just in case you're not using MailChimp, you're using Aweber, which is what I use. However, I don't suggest you start out with that. Go ahead and look at those bonuses, okay? Then I have a video about my final thoughts on building your list. Really important, listen to it, okay? Now let's get into the part where a lot of people have trouble with, because even though people tend to grow their list on their own, even though I think they can actually be more effective at it, and that's why I created that whole section about building your list. Because why would you settle for 5 people a week when you could get 30 people a week to sign up for your list, right? So it's important that you obviously master the growing your list. But the email marketing is usually the hardest part for people. Meaning they don't know what to email the customer. They don't know what to email them. They don't know how often. They don't want to sound spammy. They just don't know. They don't feel confident, whatever. You name it, okay? I get that question asked a lot. A lot. In fact, they probably do know what to email the customer, but they feel shy, you know? But this is what I go through. I have several videos in here. It's a lot, okay? The first one is the number one thing you need for a successful email campaign. It's just like a intro video to email marketing, just FYI. But it really starts to go into how to set up your email templates that match your brand. That's really important, to set up email templates so you save time in the future. Sometimes writing an email can take a while, setting up, etc. I also provided a lot of tools to make it go faster, okay? And I actually provided email templates as well, but I want you to set up your own just in case you want your own, so then you can always go back to your template when you're about to write an email. So I talk about setting up one that match your brand, then how to set up your first automated message and what to include. These are all really important, by the way, but that's really important because after somebody signs up, you have to give them their coupon, right? Whatever you promised them. Now, effective subject lines that get people to open your email. I have a whole section of video on subject lines because I talk about the different types of subject lines that actually really work to people to open your email, why they're important. I give you examples, etc. What every email should include for results. And by the way, some of these are not just videos. Some of them are like, I provide cheat sheets, especially for the videos that have a countdown. Let's say effective subject lines that get people to open your email. I actually have a worksheet in some of these that go over the different types of subject lines. So if you have a video that kind of counts down certain points, you will have a worksheet down below it. Not a worksheet, it's a cheat sheet, if you will, a checklist. So you could print that out and say, okay, I'm at the part where I'm trying to create subject lines. I don't want to keep rewatching Dahlia's video or take notes. I've printed out her sheet and I can say, okay, here's my subject line. Does it really highlight or, does it really cover what Dahlia has taught me about subject lines? So it's really good to have that, okay? Maggie, you love the webinar. You love that the webinar is in small chunks. Love it. Makes it easy to understand and stop as needed. Yes. As I'm moving forward to create new webinars and redo some of the webinars, they'll be in smaller chunks to help address certain issues. I love that too. Obviously, I come a long way, right? So that's why it's broken down. Makes it really easy, very thorough, Okay, so whatever email should include for results, okay? Segmenting your email list for results. That is a section I would say that is meant for when you get in the groove of emailing and building your list. You could definitely watch it, but don't start it yet until you get a groove going. It's not super advanced, but it's definitely not basic and beginner level, okay? Even though the techniques in there are actually really simple. Okay, then I give you a video example of companies who are doing it right. Really great companies that are doing email lists right. Okay, now the other sections are really interesting. By the way, right now we've covered building your email list and marketing to them, okay? Really covers things that you should say in there, how to set up your email, everything, subject lines, everything you need to know. I thought of everything, guys. But here's the thing. In the next section called Automation Nation, I talk about marketing calendar creation. I provided my own marketing calendar. And what you will see there is a month-to-month things, holidays that are going on in the year. So you would look at it and go, Mother's Day is coming up. And I have Mother's Day jewelry. Like I have good stuff that work for Mother's Day. So I must then prepare an email sent out to my clients over here, like beforehand. So it's really good to use to give you reasons to email people. And that's what I do. I mean, I use that exact same marketing calendar. And now, of course, you could add things to it. depending on your business that you're in, but I really try to cover a lot of what people need. Then I talk about, and this section is advanced, how to set up a sales funnel that does all the work for you. Okay, somebody mentioned that yesterday in the comments saying, after somebody signs up, should they have automated emails, email them every month? You can, but not recommended in the beginning. Okay, but I love this section because if you really want email lists to be hands-off, you can't be completely hands-off, by the way, right? But if you really want to put as little effort into email lists, this is a really great way to do it. As you set up email list building strategies, that obviously was building your email list, setting up an automated sales funnel literally would mean, if you do it the exact way it's intended, okay, would mean that you physically have to send out an email any time of the year. You don't have to send out anything. So that literally means, as I'm sitting back here, emails will be sent out automatically to my customer that you set up previously. I love this section, okay? Again, an advanced tool or technique you should use not when you first begin, but in the future. So what does that mean? That means maybe one day, Dahlia, maybe toward the end of the year, I don't know, I'll have a sales funnel that will automatically send out emails. I don't have to ever worry about sending out emails myself again, meaning I have taken a load off my shoulders and I'm making money, right? And not doing anything. Literally, that's what it means, okay? So the next section is a resource and tech guide. So it shows you how to do certain things that I have referred to in the other videos, such as, an extra cool thing. I teach you how to use Google Analytics, okay? Not just to see if the email campaign is working for you, but a few other things, which is really interesting. And then a few other ones. You can see that when you click on the link above, okay? I love this next section because there's always going to be questions about certain things I put in here. It's the Results Matter FAQ section. So, for example, a question is, why I'm not getting enough sign-ups? What's wrong? It's literally a video of me, my face, talking, and walking you through the steps of what you should consider if you're not getting enough signups. And I tell you, okay, if you're not getting enough signups, this is what's wrong. If that's not what's wrong, this is what's wrong, and how to work through each one. Okay, so that's really, really important to look through, not when you first get started, also you have to give it time when you first get started, but over time. Okay, this has quite a few videos. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 videos in here. Okay. And then that is it. I literally walk through everything. Now, again, if you purchase by tomorrow midnight, you get the additional bonus, which is the templates. It literally will give you no excuse not to get started on your email list and start sending, etc. Okay? A lot of people have already gotten started on the email list webinar. They absolutely love it. Okay? But tomorrow I want you guys to join. I'm about to end this call, but tomorrow I want you guys to join me for the last day of the launch, because I'll be going over, those people that are on the fence, I'll be going over the questions that I get asked when the people are not sure if an email list is right for them. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know. Especially that member, Jen, where she's in the wedding industry, which, again, is one of the most, the biggest issues is like, why would I build an email list for a wedding when they're going to be a one-time client, right? Tisk. You don't know, right, the benefits, obviously. So I'll be going over that and a few other, I'm not sure if I need an email list type of questions, okay? And then real time, right, real stats about email lists compared to social media, compared to a lot of different things that are going to blow your mind if you don't know them already, okay? I had mentioned one earlier, which is about open rate, but they're very, very exciting. Okay, guys, so again, if you want to get the email list webinar today, the second day of the launch out of 3, the link is up above. So I don't know where I'm pointing, but I know it's up above somewhere here. I think over here. Tomorrow's the last day of the launch, and you want to make sure that you get it before tomorrow ends, because you get the free templates. You get the free templates to help you get started, because after all this type of stuff is done, that's great, right? But the templates help you literally get started on sending the email out. Okay, so there's no excuse. Okay, and yes, you can do without the templates, because we get to set up your own graphics, your own this, and your own that. But this one jump starts you. Yeah, the stats, Bethany, are really cool. If I did not convince you already that email list is the way to go, these stats will. And these are all, I didn't make these up, right? These are all from credible sources, okay? So I just can't wait to share them with you. Bethany says, my husband thinks nobody opens newsletters and sees them as junk mail. Well, nobody cares about newsletters, right? But I highly disagree with your husband. So I recommend getting questions from your husband. I encourage it, actually, because I'm sure that if he has doubts, then I want to bring those questionable doubts to the call tomorrow, so then I could answer them, because I'm sure other people have those doubts as well. But you could tell your husband, Bethany, unless he just doesn't believe me straight out, but I have proved it in a couple of Facebook Lives, I'm not sure if you missed it, that I have made money from my email list. I show what I'm making on my .com. I showed it a few times, actually, because of my email list. So people do open them. I know for a fact. And again, I mentioned, actually, Jen mentioned to us yesterday, a member, that she does wedding, and she has a small list, okay? Because she just recently started, I think, in end of January, or January, I forgot. She emailed them, she got 6 brides to place their deposit. So pretty much 6 sales. And by the way, for her, that's tremendous. Because when your bride closes a sale in the wedding invitation industry, it's a lot of money, okay? So if he has questions about, or challenges, write those challenges down. I invite you to, so I could obviously answer them tomorrow. I think it's just him, because I certainly do open them and shop. I mean, maybe it's just men. They say that women obviously are more commonly the shoppers, so that's probably reasons why. But if he does have legitimate concerns, please bring them, because some of us might have it. I'm sure we all didn't, we weren't all born, right, out of our mother's womb understanding that email lists are awesome. I know we've all had doubts, right? What are those doubts? Bring them tomorrow, okay? Again, about to end this call, but if you're interested in getting the webinar, link is up above, okay? You want to get it before tomorrow, obviously, because, and first of all, don't wait till tomorrow. If you know you want to get it. Don't wait, because people always end up missing it. Always. People end up missing it. They always want the bonuses, and I'm like, nope, sorry, can't do it. But don't wait till tomorrow if you want it. Because again, that bonus template section will say, see you later, and they won't be available. It won't be available. Okay, so guys, I will let you guys go. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow for the 3rd day of the launch. I'm going to go over really exciting stats and things like that for an email list. And that is it. If you have any questions about the webinar, what is my hair doing? I'm working on several shop critiques today, so I'll kind of be out of order, right? But if you message me, and I could only answer messages regarding the email list webinar launch, because I'm obviously very busy at this time. But if you want to message me about it, absolutely, I could help you, address your concerns or whatever. Some people have messaged me, by the way, and I understood completely that their workload won't allow them to start an email list or even get the webinar or whatever. And so I'm very honest when you message me regarding one of my webinars. I will tell you if it's right for you at this time or not. One person did message me, by the way. It was several weeks ago during the pre-sale, and they said that, I saw the shop, whatever, and I told her no. I said, you cannot get you could get the webinar, but I don't recommend it. I recommend work on your SEO first, etc. And she appreciated the honesty. Point is that sometimes, yes, it is not right for everyone to begin with. Obviously, if you want to buy it now and use it later, that's absolutely fine. But just letting you know that if you message me and you need an honest opinion about where you are in your business, etc., what priorities to work on first, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. That's how I roll, all right? Jen, the second payment is due, if you pre-sold, it's due in a month from the day you pre-sold. So depending on when you pre-sold, what day. So if you pre-sold on the 1st, it's due on the 1st of March. And it'll automatically come out. Excuse me. It will automatically charge you. Okay, just FYI. All right, guys, let me let you guys go. I will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, particularly about email list, the brand, the webinar, whatever, questions about if it includes something, etc., message me. Easiest way to find out the answer. Okay, and if you think people benefit from the question and the answer, go ahead and post it in the group and tag me. I'll get to it as fast as I can. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.